Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? Hopefully you're having a great week. Welcome back to Hyper Bitcoinization, where of course we talk about the one and only Bitcoin. My name is Spike. Appreciate you guys coming and checking out another video. If this is your first, hope you have some fun and we provide you with some value. So if you guys can, please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. It does help me. And we can push this content out to all of our friends, family, or folks that need to be knowing what's going on right now. So let's dive into a couple things. I got some notes. I want to go through some things on Twitter. I just kind of want to show you guys a little bit of what is going on right now in the space. And we'll just kind of go from there. So first thing to notice, let's refresh this. Timechaincalendar.com. If you haven't used it, check it out. It's a great website. It'll tell you we got 4,000. Oh, look at that. There's another block. 4,554 more blocks until the halving. And blocks to the next difficulty adjustment, 1,194. So, not even halfway through this difficulty adjustment right now. Blocks are being made at 10 minutes and 2 seconds, so we're right on touch with that 10-minute target. Bitcoin market cap right now is 1.22 trillion, and you can get 1,600 sats for $1 US. And so it's thinking we've got about 31 days until the Bitcoin halving. So, currently was projected to be on 420. Which is a month from today. So, maybe that still plays itself out. When we go over to Bitcoin, you can see we have fallen a little bit. And by the way, I'm just giving us like an update of what Bitcoin is doing right now. I want you guys to know this isn't probably something I'll touch on very often. For me, I like more to talk about Bitcoin, get really creative with it, granular with it, and focus more on the project. Because here's the thing. The Bitcoin price is the least interesting thing about Bitcoin. All right? And I know people are going to want to fight over those words. And that is totally cool. But if you're into Bitcoin like I am, or a lot of these other folks are, I promise you, the Bitcoin price is the most boring, least interesting thing about Bitcoin. Although we do like when it goes up, right? Even more, what we like before it going up is when it comes down, we can buy cheaper sats. Of course, every Bitcoiner's dream is two things. Well, I like the price to go up, and damn it, I really like it when the price goes down because I can accumulate more. And here's the thing. If you didn't buy enough from March 2nd until now, so for over the last course of the 20 days, you feel like you didn't get enough and you missed your window, congratulations. You just got a new opportunity. We're back to those $62,000 prices that we had 20 days ago. Take advantage of it. All right. So what am I looking at with this? A couple things. I'm on the daily chart right now, and it looks like what we can see is we're playing in scope of this Bollinger Band, right? So if I get rid of the rest of these lines here, you could see we were riding the top of this Bollinger Band for a while. We'd come back down. We'd get real close, or we'd touch that median level, touch that top of the Bollinger Band, and we rode that for a while. This was going to be one of those spots where we didn't know if it was going to touch the median area or come back down to the bottom. We now know that median level did not hold with this candlestick here yesterday, and that was a pretty big dump. So we are making our ways down to the bottom level of this Bollinger Band, which is at $60,000. So realistically, we could see Bitcoin come down another $2,000 over the course of the next few days, play itself maybe around the bottom of this Bollinger Band before going back up. Going back up, we're going to have a little bit resistance around that 62, around that 66 area, getting back above that middle line there. Of course, and then the all-time high over at 73. So what kind of dump was this? We know that in previous bull markets, we have anywhere from 20 to 30% dips pretty often, at least 8 to 12 times throughout an entire bull run, you will have these pullbacks. Some of them aren't crazy, some of them are, but this one here, currently of where we're at, is a 15% pullback. If we go to the bottom of where we went to, it's a 16% pullback. If we come down to the bottom of that Bollinger Band, which I would expect we do, that right there is our 18% pullback, right? So this is normal. If you're freaking out right now, we haven't had a crazy pullback, right? There was a time a week or so ago, we got up to 70. We touched that old all-time high, and we came right back down to 59, right? That was that $10,000 candle day. To the downside when we always want the upside. And that was like 8 or 10%. So this is our first official 20% pullback, which is very needed. We've been hot. We've been rising quickly. And, we really are in uncharted territories right now. So that's where I see us coming down. I would imagine to have some dollar cost averaging opportunities from right now, 62K, down to that $60,000 mark. Is it promising it's going to get there? No, more than likely. Usually it happens. So I would be waiting for that $60,000, and it doesn't mean that we have to stop there, right? We may come back down here and test 56. As long as we're above the $59,100 level, it is a higher high compared to this mark right here. And as long as even if we pass that, as long as we stay above, the $50,000 mark, we're still creating higher highs. So we're in a good spot right now. Nothing crazy is going on. It's not a ton of volatility. It's doing this in a very slow, respectful manner. Our RSI has dropped back down on the daily scale, which is really nice. For a while, you can see even in this area, at the other all-time high, and then of course that 73K mark, we were pretty overbought. So, we're back down to just below the middle range. It's not overbought, it's not oversold. It's kind of just a little bit underneath medium range, which is a pretty healthy sign. That's exactly what we want to see. So, going to coin market cap. This was a few days ago, so I'm going to refresh that. Total market cap for all of cryptocurrencies, $2.34 trillion. Of course, Bitcoin dominates 52%, Ethereum 16%, shitcoins, everything else, right? And then we talked about it earlier, but the Bitcoin market cap, $1.22 billion. So, hey, this is a great spot for dollar cost averaging, in my opinion, not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. Any chance I get where Bitcoin pulls down 5 or 10 grand is a great spot to get cheaper sats, right? Especially if you've missed it in the last 20 days. Let's talk about a few things with the Hyper-Bitcoinization Twitter page. All right, if you're not on X, you should get on X. I don't use it for any other reason besides Bitcoin. All right, I know there's Telegrams and stuff like that, which I have not hopped on. By the way, I've managed to be in this industry for this long and not have a lot of the other stuff or social pages that people have. I think X provides a lot of content, written content, video content, audio content. There's a ton of stuff that are always going on with Bitcoin. It's a great place for me. It could be a great place for you if you're not. If you are on X, give me a follow. That would help out a lot. I'll be trying to post in my video content on here just to get a couple more views, spread a little bit more of that awareness. But, one thing I do want to go over are a few of these tweets. Guys, I like to do that. And, all right, this is a big one that I think about often, and I'm not sure how often other people think about this, but it is a fact. It will play out at some point in the future. Oh, by the way, do you like this? It's kind of plain for the rest of my Bitcoin shirts that I have, but I kind of like that. It's very plain. If you'd like these, let me know. I could hook you up with some. When trillions of dollars in premium begin to flow into Bitcoin from real estate and equities, everyone you've ever known is going to hate you because they know that you're the Bitcoin guy, right? I'm the Bitcoin guy. There's a lot of people right now who are just even shy about that. And at some point, they will hate me. They will hate us. They're going to be jealous of your Bitcoin position. They will tell you that you were lucky and they did everything right and it's not fair. They will be angry that their homes are no longer the best store value and their assets are no longer appreciating like they once were. They will be waiting for the next government stimulus check or for a free meal to soothe their wounds, all because you saw the value 10 years before they did. You did the work. Bought religiously like a maniac for years when everyone called you crazy, and hodled like a psychopath for a decade plus. Okay, this is a story for myself, this is a story for many other people, and if maybe you're still only a year into this right now, by 2030, by 2034, I promise, you're going to be in the same exact boat. In fact, you were so enamored that you bought for years without stopping, even through the bear markets. Yes, including myself, every single week, almost sometimes daily, I bought the price of Bitcoin. Didn't care if it was up, didn't care if it was down. I just bought the price. And I believe we will see the day when these other assets are denominized and demonetized, and Bitcoin absorbs every premium that's left, right? What do we call that? Name of the channel, hyper-Bitcoinization. There will be a time when everything that's left flows directly into the bloodstream of Bitcoin. Be prepared. Do I think this is in 6 months? No. Do I think we're in a year? No. I think that we get a lot closer to this come 2030, right? When we get up to that $1 million Bitcoin in 2030, and that'll be the very start to this hyper-Bitcoinization train. I do want to make a full hyper-Bitcoinization video in the future, but this sums it up really well, all right? People are not going to like us because we got in early or we're lucky, right? So be happy with yourself, especially now if you've waited for a long time throughout the bear market. You're finally seeing some profits at this time. Keep it riding. You know, you've done well so far. And this is another great video. If you have not checked it out in the past, I really think it's important, right? He talks about why a nation-state hack, a 51% hack, cannot destroy Bitcoin. So if you've never seen this video, I'm going to insert it right now.
Just a quick follow-up on that. Do you have any concerns about a large nation state that has interest in just actively destroying Bitcoin to make their own, super rigs and design chips and just throw hundreds of millions or billions of dollars to intentionally disrupt the blockchain?
Yeah, I don't worry about that at all. This cannot be done with Bitcoin anymore. This is something that can only be done with nascent altcoins. Bitcoin has achieved a level of computing that no single nation state can overthrow it through computation alone. The effort to do so would require a massive covert operation of chip fabrication, then the coordinated assault that would give them dominance over the next block for 10 minutes until we kick those bastards off the network, rework the protocol around them. They would be revealed. They would have lost $1 billion doing this, and all they got to do was one double spend. Now, here's the thing. Long before we get to that point, they figure out that if they just let this stuff run, they can actually get some Bitcoin as a reward, because the incentive structure actually works. And so I'm not worried about that. And a lot of people are watching the blockchain. And as I said before, what are they going to do? So they take over and they fork the blockchain and they go somewhere, right? They've created an alternative blockchain. Great. What are we going to do? Who's going to join the NSA blockchain? Anybody want to jump on FedCoin? So we're all going to stay on the old fork. Difficulty will go down. It will get more profitable for the miners who stayed behind, and we'll carry on with our coin, and they can go mine whatever the hell they want on their alternative blockchain. They achieve nothing. They can't make protocol changes because we, as I said, 5 constituencies in consensus, and it would take $1 billion to pull the most ridiculous Keystone Cops failure in history. Plus, this would actually require government that can do IT.
Welcome back. Another one that kind of ties in similarity to that video because people who run nodes may want to add another feature to Bitcoin, right? It might be a different, one of those scenarios where we get a fork. soft fork, hard fork, whatever it is, people at some point may want to change something with the system. Anybody can change anything that they want to at any point in time. They just fork off and run their own experiment, right? Like Roger Ver and Bitcoin Cash. This is a great way to put it, though, what this guy said. Imagine the inventor of chess rose from the dead and announced a change to the game, where all the pieces on the board move like the queen. By the way, big chess fan. If you love chess yourself, throw your chess.com username in the comments because it would be awesome to play. So he came back to life. He said all the chess pieces move like the queen. Would you expect chess players around the world to adopt the new rules? No, that would be madness, right? That would be insane. That would take away from the game of chess. So you can apply the same idea to Bitcoin, algorithm consensus parameters. A lot of people will come and say, hey, I want to change this because this is better, or it'll do this, but whatever. Maybe there's 5 or 10 or 100 or 1,000 people that agree with that, all right? But the majority of the chess players will not adapt those rules. They won't adopt them at all, and they'll continue playing the same chess game that we've played for forever. Kind of funny because this happens all throughout the bear market or the bull market. When you're talking to new people about Bitcoin, they'll tell you that you're crazy, right? So normies with $10,000 in their bank account will finance a $50,000 car, a $100,000 car, and tell you that it's irresponsible to buy Bitcoin. Don't argue, just smile and shrug. I wanted to show you just a few more. These were not on my repost, though. These are for likes. And this one's kind of cool, too. It touches up on that hyper-Bitcoinization. I love that the hyper-Bitcoinization is happening right before our eyes, but it's still only obvious to less than 0.1% of the population who's paying close attention. Now, the one that was in here that I really wanted to talk about was this. So, Bitcoin right now is primarily, and it's different for everybody. Some people use it differently than everybody. It depends where you grew up, where you live right now, how it's working for you, what currency do you live in that you is your fiat of the place that you live. There's a lot of factors here and variables that go into this, but store value. Right now, Bitcoin's primary thing is a store of value. For most of us, we just save in it, right? We hodl it, we don't sell it, we place our money there, and we just wait. There will be a point in time, and people still, again, use this as a medium of exchange, which I still do too. I pay for things in Bitcoin when I can. I tip people in Bitcoin when I can. A lot more people use it more than I do. Some people don't use it at all. But eventually, Bitcoin will adopt to that scale where it becomes more of a medium of exchange. People are exchanging things for Bitcoin, or people are invoicing people for Bitcoin for any work or service that they perform. And then eventually, you get that meme that we've all seen, right? Which is, are you telling me that someday I'm going to be able to sell my Bitcoin for millions of dollars? No. What I'm telling you is someday you won't have to. You'll just be able to use it, right? That's where the unit of account comes into play. And this is where that hyper-Bitcoinization also kicks in. It is where Bitcoin is swallowing up money from every other pile, and everything is denominated in Satoshi terms, in Bitcoin terms. And you're going to go to pay for things, and that store of value, that medium of exchange, and now that unit of account has fully hit. So, listen, guys, nothing to freak out about. This is just a nice minor 20% pullback that those of you who think you've missed out should be very happy about, because we passed that all-time high and went up pretty quickly. All right, I'm happy about this. I would imagine we see another $2,000 pullback, and then maybe we consolidate for a while before we go back up. We could even come and trickle down a little bit, but it's not something I'm looking at now. We'll come back and look at this charts in the next couple of days, guys. So hey, if you haven't, check out hyper-Bitcoinization on Instagram. I've got a bunch of stuff there. And then, also follow myself on X and YouTube. So I hope we were able to provide you guys with some sort of value throughout this process. Don't freak out again, right? This is just part of the process. We are in, from everything that I'm looking at, the beginning stages of this bull run. So do what you want with that. I know some folks are selling. Maybe they've held on for a long time. They're just trying to get some of that profit that they missed on from the last cycle. Maybe they're getting scared. Maybe they're getting anxious. Whatever it is, don't freak out, guys. This is the natural part of the cycle. But please leave some questions in the comments. Please leave video ideas in the comments. Let me know anything you guys might want to chat about. I do love to communicate and whatnot in the comments. So appreciate you guys checking back in. My name is Spike. This is Hyper Bitcoinization. Hopefully we provided some value today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.